This project, falling into winter, is going to introduce you to the topic of foreshortening. Foreshortening is a perspective thing, so it's how you see things. In a piece of artwork, if something is bigger, it looks like it's coming at you off the paper. So we're going to create that effect in our paper and imagine that we are falling maybe into the snow or falling and making a big snow angel. So to get started, here's what we're going to do. You're going to take your really big piece of paper and put it on the floor. Put your feet, one of them, each in a bottom corner of the paper, and you're going to actually trace your foot. Make sure you have your paper vertical. I'm going to trace each of my shoes. Please, no stinky feet today. And I'm going to just simply trace around them with a pencil with a light line. Now I'm going to take my paper and put it up on my table, and I'm going to also trace my hands. I want to leave a little space in the middle, so if your hands have to go off the edge of the paper, that's okay. My hands are right above my shoes on my drawing. Once you trace your hand, you can make that curved line at the bottom to connect where your palm is on the bottom of your hand. Then do the same thing. I know this is a little tricky to do with your hand that you don't normally write with, but trace your hand as best you can and do the same thing and connect the bottom line so you have your full hand print. Now I'm going to create kind of a self-portrait. This is meant to be you in the winter time, and I'm going to make my head. Now, yes, it's going to look very tiny. That's all in the perspective. From the head, I'm going to make two straight lines, one to each of the hands, and then two more parallel lines. These are my arms. After I make my arms, I'm going to draw two lines that come just straight down for my body or torso. And then from there, I'm going to draw two lines straight out to about the middle of each of the shoes. Now I need to come up from the shoes with a upside down V to make the legs. Hopefully you can kind of see the perspective starting to really make a little more sense. Now that I've got the basic shape of the body, I'm going to make it a wintry portrait of myself. So I'm actually going to erase the top part of my head and put a wintry toboggan on there. And you can use your imagination and your own preference when it comes to your winter gear. Now, as I am creating my face, I'm going to use a circle for the mouth and two wide circular eyes with the little pupil in the middle, and that is to give a surprised look on my face, like I'm falling. Maybe I've been pushed down into the snow, or I'm getting ready to be plastered by a snowball. And you can choose to make more of like a joyful face, happy. Maybe you are in the middle of making a snow angel on the ground. Whatever the case is totally fine. So I am adding just a few details that really make this look like winter gear. My hands are actually going to be gloves, winter gloves, and I also am going to decorate the bottom of my shoe. Now think about the really cool designs that are on the bottom of shoe, like this one. And there are some really interesting designs and patterns that you can come up with for the soles of your shoe. That's what the bottom of the shoe is called, a sole. So think about that, come up with some interesting patterns. I'm keeping mine pretty simple and adding some basic shapes, and these will help to add to the perspective that you're creating in this artwork. just a few little snowflakes that are falling around me. And after you are done and you're happy with all the details that you've added to your artwork, then it is time to trace with Sharpie. Once you finish tracing with Sharpie, you can go ahead and use crayons, colored pencils, or markers, or a combination of those to color in your awesome Falling into Winter foreshortened piece of artwork. And there you have it. Hopefully you can see the foreshortening in your artwork. Your hands and feet look very large compared to your body, like they're coming at you off of the paper. So enjoy making this piece of perspective artwork. I can't wait to see what you create.